Hi there, fight fans. My name is Kian Lang, and I'm very happy to say that I'm today joined by UFC heavyweight Thomas Petersen. Thomas, how are we doing today, brother?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. It's hot. It's hot here. How's it over there?
Mate, do you know what? For a change, it's actually pretty good right now. We're having a good summer at the moment, which is a bit of a shock because you don't get that often over here.
Doesn't it rain all the time over there?
Like we get like I'd say 11 months of the year is like rain and wind. The wind is the worst. You think the rain's gonna be bad, the wind is like another level in England. It's awful, man.
No good.
No good at all. Let's get to it. I mean, it's been a couple months since we last saw you against Dontel Mays. How has these past couple months been, and how do you look back on that win?
Uh, just getting better. I'm just getting better, and I want to stay busy. I'm staying in shape. I wish I would have got to finish that fight, but it was kind of a weird position because it was the last fight of my contract, and I fought stupid against that Shamil, and I had to win this fight. So I wasn't as exciting as I wanted to be, but I wanted to also dominate. So I want to keep going. I'm 30 years old, so I want to, I got probably good 5 years left in me, and I want to. A lot of heavyweights or a lot of guys think they're still young at 30, and I just see the window is closing, faster than it's opening, So I want to just stay busy.
Well, I think sometimes a finish isn't even the most impressive way to win. Of course, everyone wants that for bonuses and all that, but the way you dominated Dontel in that fight, I think is as good as a finish. I mean, from start to finish, it was 15 minutes of just pure domination. How good did that feel to really have a statement performance like that?
It felt good because I got my camp all figured out what's best for me. I got my weight figured out what's best for me, and so I kind of went all in, on just what was best for me for this camp and moving forward. Of like, if I'm gonna perform at my best, it's got to be how I want to do it, instead of just how other guys did it or whatever. And so I just really kind of took everything by the reins and so it felt good. It felt good because I know I can compete better than I've been competing, and I just whatever. So it felt good, man. It was like I finally hit my stride, is what I feel like. And I just want to, and then it's like I got a new toy and I want to go use it. I just want to keep going. I want to, stay busy.
I mean, you mentioned the weight down. I know you brought the weight down a bit for this fight. Did that really make an impact in the cage? Did you feel like faster and it really made an impact for you?
Uh, yeah. And I ran every day. I ran 3 miles every day. No matter if it was snowing outside, no matter if there was a foot of snow on the ground, I almost got hit by a car running. Fucking, I, so it helped with my cardio too. It helped where I bulletproofed my cardio is what I felt like. I wasn't gonna get tired, and and so I did a lot of conditioning and my way of how I wanted to do it, and I felt great. So then the weight went down too, which made me faster. Feel a little quicker.
And it feels like the cardio in the heavyweight division can be the real difference maker. I think it's the thing that a lot of guys struggle with in today's MMA. Do you feel like that's a real area of strength for you, and you can kind of put a pace on these guys that they just can't handle?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm a grinder. Like I'm not a big powerful guy. I'm a grinder that I can outgrind you and I can. Everybody hits hard at heavyweight, right? But these guys have been striking as long as I've been wrestling. So we're both like my opponents have an advantage and I have an advantage somewhere, but I'm doing a really good job of mixing it together. If you're leaving your legs open for me, I'm going to take them. And then if you're to start defending your legs pretty good, then my boxing opens up quite a bit. So I put pressure on, and then people have to pick what they want to defend, So yeah, I think my cardio and my pressure is the real deal. Is that I want to go prove it. I want to go. I can sit here and say, yeah, I can run these guys over, but I want to go prove it. I haven't really proved it yet. Dante Mays is a good fighter, but he ain't the cream of the crop. And I just got my lights put out against Shamil, so I want to. I just want to. I finally think I got it figured out, and I want to go prove it.
And I mean, looking forward to that next fight. I know you wanted the Martin Buday fight. I was disappointed to see that you got booked because I really wanted that one. I've seen you mention Mick Parkin as well. I mean, is he the name in particular, or is it just the case of whoever they give you, you just want to go out there and fight as quick as possible?
Yeah, and I'm just having fun on Instagram, right? I'm just trying to whatever. get busy or sell the game, play the game a little bit. But yeah, I want somebody in the rankings, but I'll take anybody. That's why I'm calling out those guys, is because I'm not ranked. I'm the bottom of the barrel, right? Whatever, I'm the little rat in the bottom, and I just I want to climb up. I'm a competitive guy. I just want to go prove that I can be, a big mark at the heavyweight, and I just want to go prove it. So whatever they give me, they know what they're doing. It's hard to wait.
And is it just the case of you'd like to get it back in there as quick as possible? Is there a date in mind in particular?
No, I'll fight anytime, man. I'm staying in shape. I wanted that. My teammate just fought. My Goozy Hines is my teammate, and he got that short notice fight against that. I can't even say that guy's last name. I think you know him.
Genius.
Yeah, I wanted that fight. I said I'm ready to go. And it worked out for Goozy because he got in the UFC and he put on a show and he looked like a mean son of a bitch. So I'm very happy and grateful for him. But I'm ready too whenever.
I mean, that was a heck of a fight. I wanted to ask you about that one because I know you two are training partners and good mates as well. That was a barn burn. I mean, he left it all out there. How fun was that to watch for you as a mate?
Oh yeah, it was exciting, especially the third round where he starts marching him down and that guy doesn't have an answer anymore. That guy's exhausted. So it was a huge confidence booster, I think, for Guzzi just to know, hey, he could belong there. And whatever. It was exciting. It was exciting, and I already knew he could belong there, and he's tougher than nails, and so I was excited for him.
And I really wanted to ask you as well. Obviously, you're a guy that you still work your mechanic's job. You a father to your children, and balancing that with your MMA career. I mean, how on earth do you do that? Genuinely, it's just incredible that you do all these things and you still go out there and give these performances where you can see that you're putting in the work on your MMA as well.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking mess. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't easy. I don't sleep a lot of the times, but it's all worth it. Whatever. Like I'm lucky I get to do it. A lot of wives would say, "Hey, enough. This. The dream's dead. You got to grow up." And whatever. So my wife's willing to stay home and willing to raise our kids while I'm not in a camp. I'm not home. I leave for work at like 4:30 a.m. and then I don't get home till 9 p.m. You know, and then I try to work out my lunch break. I go run, and then I work out at 4 o'clock or whatever, and then I get home and then I go run again. And so it's a mess. My wife's a huge supporter in this. So if I didn't have her, I won't have any of this. And So yeah, man, it's hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. My last fight was we just had a brand new baby, and like I said, I had to win that fight. I had to win that fight, or the dream was over. Basically, and I think we both know loser got cut, and so it was the last one sucked just for how hard it was because bringing home a fresh baby when we got two boys that are just feral, and yeah, it was tough, but everybody hung in there, so it was cool that it all came together.
I mean, did you feel that like backstage on fight day, for example, was it kind of more nerves than you'd usually feel?
I actually, man, I was confident that I did the right things. I was confident that my game plan was good. And my game plan ain't gonna change for anybody. But now I'm not thinking I'm a striker with these guys for no reason. I'm not gonna be striking in the first round, trading just for shits and giggles anymore. They're gonna have to, if you want to strike with me in the first round, you're gonna have to earn it. And and that's what. So I was confident. I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't go in there just going fuck it. And so now, but then you still got to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? There's few people that go look at that fight and go, "Hey, the Thomas Petersen dominated," and there's other people that go, "Hey, he just laid on the guy," which isn't true. But that's just we're an entertainment sport, and we gotta. It's not all about winning. It's you need to if you can finish a guy, you got to finish a guy.
I think it's one of those, sort of unfortunate parts like social media these days is you get the people like me that really just love this sport for the sport and you watch that performance and you can see it for the technical skills and all that. And then you get the people that sit there with 12 beers and 12 bets on, and they feel a different way, but you know, they're not the real fans of the sport. And I mean, it's a credit to you really hearing all that in a sport where people work so hard, we know all these athletes, they work their asses off to get to this point. You kind of stand out from that pack for your work ethic. I mean, has that just always been the way you are, and always the type of person you've been?
Yeah, my family is very hardworking, right? And so I kind of just came natural. My dad was a super, he was never good at, he was never a great wrestler, never really good at anything, but he just worked his ass off. And then that kind of he was really involved with us growing up, and so I think that just trickled down into us, you know what I'm saying? And then yeah, I and then also, we're all crackheads, dude. Like this is a crack. This is what I love. I love this. I love my family, my kids, I love that the most. And then I love this the second. So and I see it going away. At one point this is gonna be done. And then so I just wanna really go all in. I wanna go all in, and like I said 100 times already, I wanna stay busy, and it ain't about the money. I wanna compete. I just love to compete. And I love to compete. That's something that I'm really working at. It's not like I'm going to play golf and I don't care about. I really care about this, and I wanna be the best me I can be, and I want to see how far I can go. And so you know, like I said, it's a wild thing I'm doing, and but it's a blast.
Well, Thomas, I can't thank you enough for your time today, man. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait for your next one. You're a guy that does this for the right reasons. You can tell that. And as a fan, that's all I ask for from my fighters. So thank you very much for your time, and best of luck in the next one. Hopefully it's coming soon.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully. Thank you, brother.